Greetings. I'm Rahma. This is my first YouTube video ever. I was inspired tonight by this thing. This is what is called a lock roller. And this is what they look like in the package. I bought it from Beauty Coliseum, I think is the name, .com. And I'm a person who likes to have bouncy hair. And my hair naturally, the lock, the way it has developed, and they haven't fully locked, I don't think, but the way it's developed, they're sort of wavy, but I wanted to try something different. What I've been doing is plaiting them up, and I wanted something. I was watching a few videos a few nights ago, and I saw several ladies putting these in, and I thought, ooh, I want to try that because I really like small curls. So I was inspired to do a video, and so here I am, and I think this will be something that I will continue to do. In any case, I've had my locks for 2 years. I love them. I would dare not go back. We'll talk more on that later. I plan to do multiple posts. In any case, I have 4 that I have put in already, maybe 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ooh, 6. They're very lightweight, so they're going to be so comfortable to sleep in. This is basically the little fixture that you might find in a kindergarten classroom. Look at that. Like the little felt type thingy that children use to make arts and craft projects, and they burn the ends. Alright, and so anyway, you take a bit of your hair, and I have 472 locks, and I bought 2 packs of these, and they come 22 a pack, so I have 40. So I really need to add more than maybe 13 or so, between you know, 11 and maybe 14 or 15 approximately at different points, to make sure that I have more locks, enough locks to, or enough of these little lock rollers, and I don't end up running out, because if I run out, I'll be in trouble. I'll have to take some out and combine them. Anyway, I'm taking some hair. At this particular time I have, I don't know, take a look. Well, not that many, maybe 8 or 9, I don't know, it's an estimate. And you're going to place them like so. And you're going to put it leaving about this much space above where you begin your first wrap. You want to just wrap it around a couple of times to gain a foothold in the hair. Once you've done that, it's my suggestion that you go ahead and bend this part down. Why? Because the first few that I did actually ended up getting caught in the root of my lock, because I didn't do that. I didn't really know how to use it. So in any case, I'm just continuing to wrap. I hope that you're able to see. If not, I think you get the gist of what's going on. The more that the hair actually overlaps on the lock roller, the more your curl is going to be shorter than the length of your hair. Obviously, it's going to be anyway, because it's a curl. But the less your hair overlaps, the looser the spiral is going to be. Now, mind you, the curls are small anyway, and so you're going to have a nice tight spiral. But I'm talking about in terms of length. My hair is kind of long, my locks, and I like to kind of accent the length of them. So I don't want a full body wave type curl that's too bouncy and too high above my shoulders. I want to keep the length. So I'm experimenting, because the first one I did had very few in it, and it's shorter, very few locks. So the more I go into the hair and into the lock rolling phenomena, the more I'm going to learn about which kind of twist or which type of lock rolling actually produced a particular result. As you can see, I left one out here. I'll have to make a decision about how to do that. I'm not a by the book type person, so I'm probably just going to wrap this around this one here rather than go all the way back. I should tell you that I'm one that believes in being self-sufficient. And so I've done a lot with my locks over the almost 2 years that I've had them. And I've learned a lot about this SisterLock process and this journey. And it is quite an evolution. And I love it. I would not go back for anything. I had gone natural a few years ago and I let my hair grow. And I just became tired of always having to blow dry it or twist it every few weeks. And my hair has a loose curl, but it tangles very quickly and it shrinks. I have a lot of shrinkage, and so finding out more about this style convinced me that it was for me, and I would not go back for anything in the world. So as you can see, I have quite a few of these, and they actually, you could wear your hair as a style. That's what one of the websites said, that you can actually wear your hair as a style. Okay, moving right along, I will do one more. And then what I'll do tomorrow is I'll do my best to come on and do my second posting. I will come on tomorrow, hopefully, if the Creator sends us another day. And I will show you, a little too much up there, what it looks like when I take them out. I'm very excited. Bear in mind, adding the moisture is a key component. Again, I'm just twisting. I'm twisting. I grabbed quite a few braids in this one, quite a few locks. And so this one is going to be thicker. Look at this side of my head tomorrow and you should see some difference in the tightness of this particular one located stage left or right. Keep in mind that you do need moisture. What I'm going to use is one of my unique synergistic essential oil blends. I'm very much into essential oils, self-care, and so forth and so on. So what I tend to do is I create them for various parts of my body depending upon what particular issues I'm actually dealing with. It could be internal, it could be external. When I want to spread these little wrinkles out across my forehead, I'll make sure I use lavender and frankincense, and that will smooth that out, sort of like a natural Botox. When I want to get rid of these spots and I'm very serious about it, I'll dab lavender oil. It just depends. So I have one that tends to work for my locks in terms of keeping my scalp moist and also fighting dandruff. So I will spray that on. It is a concoction of water. It has the citrus oils in it, which give it a beautiful, beautiful smell. So I use the orange oil very freely. I use the orange oil. I love it. And then I add some bergamot, some lemon, the clove to fight dandruff. I also would add, that I mentioned the lavender I add. Every now and then, depending upon what I'm dealing with, tea tree, but I don't like to use that on a regular basis because it's smelly. In any case, or at any rate, I'll spray this very generously on my locks. And I will wait to see what happens in the morning. Now, in spraying my locks, if I'm spraying the hair and not getting too close to the scalp, then I'm going to make sure that I give it plenty of time to dry. Air dry before I go to bed. If I'm going to get my scalp pretty wet, if I'm feeling like I did a lot of spraying on my scalp, to me it's important that I dry that out. To me it's important that I not go to bed and depend on the natural air to dry that out, because putting those oils in my hair, because they're antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial / antiseptic, it's going to fight any mold, fungus, or anything like that. At the same rate, the water is going to encourage that if it's allowed to sit. So I don't want the essential oil effect to be nullified in any way or in any particular level of intensity just because I didn't dry my scalp well enough. So I want to make sure that I leave my ends wet to some degree, or misty, or damp. Let me say damp. But that my hair is not so wet that there's an opportunity for moisture, the darkness that comes with the thickness of the scalp, and then I end up having some sort of a smell or some type of something else going on in there, which you definitely don't want. So when I wake up tomorrow and I take these out, I'm going to get back in touch with you YouTubers, and hopefully you'll have an opportunity to see what they look like. Also, I do feel that I will put some other videos up talking to you more about my locks, giving you an idea on some of the issues, the joys, the concerns related to locking in general, some of the things that I have experienced, how I deal with these little crazy irregularities in my locks. I am a do-it-yourselfer in some respects. I love my loctician. I have a wonderful loctician, but I'm a type of person that is a take-charge individual. I believe in self-reliance and self-sufficiency, so I like to know what's going on with my hair, and I like to be the one to perfect it. And I believe that's my responsibility. More people will care about you more the more you care about yourself. If you're, I would imagine, loctician feels that you're a particular individual, then she'll take more care when it's time for your hair to be done, because she knows that you are constantly inspecting. I have had some lint issues that I just so recently found out about, not because you can see my lint or because I can see it or other people can see it, but because I open up my locks periodically as I am making adjustments and changing, and I saw the lint, the dreaded lint. And so, to make a long story short, because I'll get more into that later, it is a problem that you have to be prepared to address, whether you can see it or not. To me, to know that it's there, whether I see it or not, bothers me. I would like to talk about that, the use of essential oil blends on your hair, issues related to whether or not you should use oil, the development and the evolution of the lock, some of the things that you might come to expect. I have a looser curl pattern, I think, so my locks, they change so much, and they're not mature yet. Some of them are still open on the ends. I still have the curlies. I love the curlies. I hope they stay. There are some that maybe don't have them, but the vast majority of my hair has the curly cues on the end, and this is what I think gives my hair its unique look. So I do love these little curly cues. I don't want them to go away. So I want to talk about some of those issues, and hopefully you will join me again on my next post. I really enjoyed talking to you. I can't wait to see what these are going to look like tomorrow, and I promise I will do a video so that you can see the before and after shot, and I will also let you know how many of these little rascals I had to use. Again, you can get them at beautycoliseum.com, and they are called lock rollers, and they are so comfortable to sleep in. I can't even imagine how comfortable they are. I have a ton more to do, as you can see. I have quite a bit that I have to do, so I'll be busy tonight trying to get these done. Hopefully when I post tomorrow, you'll see that I have a head full of curls, and I didn't just quit somewhere in the evening and decide to give up because it is late. But the lady that I saw who had them on one of the other videos, she had mentioned having them in, or some sort of similar curl for almost 2 weeks. So I figure if I moisten them correctly, who knows, I may get lucky. Now, I'm a person that tends to cover her hair. I am Muslim, so I tend to cover my hair most of the time, although not all of the time. So I will be enjoying them, but I would like for you to also see them, because I feel like there are not enough, and there can never be enough videos and media out here for those of us who have decided to pursue our natural beauty. And I think it's a wonderful thing. And I think as you are going into this journey, it's helpful to see what some of the other sisters are going through. I never would have dreamed that I would have been someone that locked my hair. In fact, I never would have dreamed I would have ever gone natural. But it is definitely the absolute best decision that I have ever made, and I have not looked back one day since. So thanks again. This is Rahma, and hopefully I will see you again tomorrow for another post on Rahma's Sister Locks. Have a great evening.